YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and I forgot to tab over. There we go. I'm excited to be back in the DEI campaign. This one's getting fun for me, and some of you may be like, well, you're steamrolling these guys pretty hard. I know, I kind of like that. I mean, you don't like steamrolling people? No, I'm enjoying it because this campaign's got so many new units I've never seen, and then like the buildings were kind of new, the economy, the traits, like all that kind of stuff's different. Some of the factions are a little different with different units. I'm just enjoying it a lot. So anyway, I hope y'all are enjoying this one too. It's been a bit of something different. I just like Rome 2 in general, to be honest. It's just very good for me right now. It looks like we are capable of attacking Octaduran on this turn. And I'm going to do so. We'll declare war on the Sequani. What the? Okay. A little bit of a weird deal there. The Nervii are going to join them in war against me. Just no biggie. This one looks like an auto-resolvable battle here. It's going to give me quite a few losses, but it won't be the end of the world. We'll get to retrain. So I'm going to go ahead and occupy this. I don't want to spend a ton of time on that particular battle. And I'm going to go ahead and move this agent here and then put him back in his agent stance on the next turn to help start converting and stabilizing this province. You can upgrade all these guys. Let's see. We can actually convert these town centers now, which would be cool. The market town takes some food, but gives a nice wealth from commerce and a little extra growth. Farming town gives the most growth. Gives good wealth from agriculture too. I like that. Unlocks the recruitment of Alpine swordsmen. That's cool. And I cannot convert this one still, but I'm going to keep it because it's giving my guys an upgrade, and we'll switch it over as soon as we get a chance. I did the research where we've got a while before they're going to be finished, but I will be able to train Apulian heavy infantry finally over here. Not just yet, but once those buildings are complete. So that's going to be neat to get that done eventually. So we'll have kind of an Italian army to be a throwback for the Romans that we destroyed. So this province is looking fairly stable. Hannibal's troops are nearly completely retrained, and so I'm going to allow that to happen. We've got good eyes on what's going on up here at Eldon. So good there. Let's go check back down in Egypt. We had just kind of taken over some stuff here, had to get rid of Apache factory. We can run upgrades on all these troops too. Let's do so. Get them the nice weapon upgrade there. And let's see, there was this army here. And I'm going to go ahead and go siege Nemeticina. We're going to have to hold on it for a little while. Get some, medium battering ram. Just get some more ladders, maintain the siege. See if we can get those guys to come out and try and get a piece of me. Just try some military sabotage here just for the heck of it. Just because we can. Looks like this particular spy has ranked up too. And let's see. Got a veteran that's ranked up here. Coerce slaughter. We can go full training. Harass, authority. Might go on this coerce and slaughter. Let's see, so the general here, we can get increased public order and tax rate through going through that chain, so let's do that. It eventually gives them more zeal too, that's pretty cool. And then the Fist of Hamilcar, I like that. That's a cool name for that army. Very appropriate. Under siege. Shots per minute. Just go with the weapon damage inflicted. Okay. How long till I get my... Do we have a military wharf coming up here? We do not. I would like to have a military wharf in Alexandria. Since I'm not in bad need of money, let's go ahead and swap that over to the military wharf. Did I accidentally build one out? I'm building one out here too that looks like level 2 and will be completed soon. And then I've got that level 4 port going on here, which is going to be cool. I've got tons of food, so it's probably not going to hurt to... let's see what these different ones do. 525 wealth. Artillery on walls. Unlocks the recruitment of late Libyan infantry. What does this one do? 600 wealth from subsistence. It adds the most squalor, though. But, I mean, our public order in this province is rock solid. At least it looks like it to me. If we ever get enough growth there, we can build more buildings too. The growth is just very slow in this province for whatever reason. That one actually increased growth and research rate. All these add more squalor. Like an extra 4 squalor. So if we did 4, it takes me down to 18. That one goes from 0 all the way to -6. So that'd be 10. It takes me down to 12. That one is not going to cost me any squalor. And that one will take me down to 8. So we'd still be safe. Well, that one's going to hit me too, so it'll be close. But we can always, let's see. If we did more research, we could upgrade to the Hippodrome as well. And we can always build another temple there if we end up needing it. But I'd kind of like to go ahead and upgrade the snot out of my home province. So that way it'll be awesome. Okay. Let's see. Hannibal's going to retrain. Yeah, let's go ahead and end the turn. Sorry, I'm sure that's quite loud, but needed to get me a drink. Got off the treadmill a few minutes ago. I'm sweating Crisco, trying to get myself back into, you know, manageable shape here. Looks like I'm going to get attacked by the Egyptians just out of desperation. And I'm going to be able to auto-resolve that. I'd rather save a battle for like an actual good battle. The Seleucids and Pontus are both still alive, though I think Pontus is the stronger of the two. From what I've seen on the map. Should be interesting. Pontus has some interesting units. Should I use my Italian army to eventually betray the snot out of the Greeks? Or should I be nice to them since they've been such good allies? I mean, I'm pretty much conquering the rest of the known world. So, tell me what you think. I can go either way. Tell Patchy how cruel or how not cruel he should be. Looks like I got some enemies in my lands there too. That's not going to happen. Yeah, we've got a few enemies working their way towards our land there. I'm pretty sure those guys are enemies. The Delmatae. Yep, enemy army. Well, I've got this mercenary army. It'd take a little bit of attrition getting through the pass, but we'll be alright. I'll start bringing it back down here to make sure that these guys can't just walk in. This army's got like a whole hodgepodge of different units and it's pretty cool. A lot of snow here up north, so probably not the best time to be moving out and about. Let's go ahead and deploy that character. And let's go to the Shrine Hebel Haman. We do not need that structure, we do not need that structure. The siege is just going to have to continue there. There is some attrition. Looks like if we get off the road up there, so I'm just going to wait one more turn to take Hannibal across. We actually finally got this judge up here. Punic culture is rising. There we go. We'll start spreading Punic culture even faster with that guy. Okie dokie. Think we are set. It is not snowing down here in Egypt, so that is good news for me indeed. If it was snowing in Egypt, something would be a little bit wrong. Let's Let's see. Get this army here. Let's go ahead and move on down to here, and we'll get ready to come down here to Ptolemais Theron. And we'll have to take Moreau and Axum. Take out all those guys. And then we'll move on Pontus. So we'll just kind of let the winter pass us by there. Take a rest for the winter. Slow start to the turn in there. Oh well, we got it. It's like Egypt is sailing around starving to death. It's like Saba is in control. Udaman down there. Udaman. However you pronounce that.
The gods.
No, I don't really feel like I need to be at war with Tylus. Looks like the Delmatae are now starving to death because Sparta might have taken their last settlement. No, there's not going to be a peace treaty, but you're free to attack me if you want.
A simple tribute is all that is.
Also rejected. Also rejected. You'll notice that whenever I have this much money and power, I'm kind of disinclined to take offers of peace. Unless one of these factions wants to humble me a little. Okay, we can get to Patavium in time to defend against the Delmatae, which is pretty fantastic. This army is retrained. And let's see. Do that. Take this army and head to Vesontio. And we'll try and finish this province. Actually, that's a different province. We need Norea, which is controlled by... It's controlled by the Swabi. So I'm going to just leave my agent here, and we'll work our way back to Norea once we've kind of cleaned up some of this stuff to the north. I am taking attrition here with this army. One more turn and we have all the ladders we need, though, so I'm going to continue the siege. These guys could probably hold out for quite a long time. And we're now ready to push forward with Hannibal. Let's just make sure there's no armies I'm missing around here. Okay. Not going to call my allies to help. We're going to do the same thing here. And going to continue the siege. Kind of get some siege equipment ready. Alright, got lots of good stuff going on there. How many turns do we got left on this stuff? Way too many. 8 turns, so I'm impatient. Okay, we got 4 more turns and I can build better libraries. I kind of need to do this one that'll allow me to build Hippodrome, but man, that's a lot of research too. Seems like the research sometimes takes a little longer on here. Did we ever get the Royal Barracks set up? No, because we still have to research propaganda. It's 8 turns. It's not too bad. We could research that too. We do need to get this army moving towards Ptolemais Theron. And let's see. I think that's all we need to do for this turn.
Perhaps.
I'm alright. You may need a defensive alliance, but I'm feeling pretty good.
Our warriors thirst
The
for your
Getai want to
blood,
be my client state.
for your women. Perhaps they can be destroyed.
Not particularly interested, really.
We come.
Alright, we're gonna get attacked by the defenders, the Caledones, up at Eladon, so this will be cool. Hannibal gets to take this fight to the battlefield. His army is quite potent because of all the upgrades and chevrons. Quite potent. And the Carthaginian heavy cav is, from what I've noticed, at least in the campaign, I don't know that there really is a multiplayer facet of DEI since people don't play it in multiplayer for the most part. But I mean, they seem like some very confident cav. Carthaginians were known for good cavalry. No doubt about it. Just gonna stick all those guys up here so we can rush forward. Put our painted warriors on this flank, Libyans on this flank. Hannibal to support in the center. Okay. Let's see if we can get to the top of the hill first. Let's not try and spread too wide. Let's just get up here.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
It's going to be hard to beat the enemy to the top of the hill because they started a little bit closer. My guys have a little bit more uphill jog here. But I'm going to try and get as far forward as I can, but before I clash with the enemy, I'm going to have to make sure that I have a coherent formation more than anything, because we know how badly an incoherent formation can hurt you in this game. Oh, give me just a second. Let's take a look at some of the enemy troops up close as we approach. Got some chosen spear band there. Pretty cool looking units. Caledonian skirmishers, naked spearmen, who are fortunately not entirely naked. More chosen spear band. Lots of units. Okay, I need to get all my hoplites into phalanx, which is going to temporarily stop them. I think we've got an okay-ish position here. Okay, what do we got over here? We got some skirmisher cavalry in the woods. Let's go ahead and push it away. Don't want to get charged here in the center without returning a charge, so I'm going to charge that chosen spear band. My guys ought to wreck them pretty completely.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Okay. So we've got a fairly clean infantry engagement. We can start out flanking. Gonna move around here. Target their skirmishers. Let's bring up my general. Yeah, we're crushing their infantry pretty much right away. There's a household warrior back there. Gonna keep my cavalry away from it if possible. I'm actually gonna pull this painted warrior loose and see if we can intercept it.
Our general is under attack.
Let's inspire my men. Rally. War cry, local units. Let's get away from that household warrior. I'm gonna try and get you some close-ups here. Let's check out some of the infantry fights up close. Going below the map, there's the naked spears taking on my hoplites, who are crushing them. More Caledonians getting hit up here. Let's kind of see. Looks like, let's try and head up to the top of the hill with some of our cavalry. We used our painted warriors to successfully intercept the household warriors, who appear to be losing that battle. Let's check out our painted warriors. Definitely cool. Look like they got some woad on them. I'm gonna pull this cav unit through and then do a rear charge with it, and we'll try and get you some cinematic view of that. So here's the enemy general and a household warrior unit, which is looking pretty cool. Gonna get rear charged by heavy Carthaginian cavalry fixed on local painted warriors, so betraying their countrymen to serve their new Carthaginian masters. And then here comes another cav charge that's going to be driven home here at the top of the hill where my guys were already winning that fight. And And it looks like they've got some skirmisher cav that got hit by javelins from my Libyan infantry who drove them back. There's one cast champion here who's putting up a decentish fight against my hoplites. And let's wing around and hit it in the rear as well. And that's certainly going to be enough to break it. I did hear him say something about enemy reinforcements, so it does look like there's a second line inbound. Let's get our cavalry reset. Get our painted warriors reset. And let's get these guys reset too. Getting hit by some skirmish fire up the hill. There's probably like a pretty good sized stack that's going to reinforce here from the city. I'm going to line up my hoplites again. Their infantry's advancing on me. They got Britannic armed townsfolk. Yeah, I don't think this is going to end well for them. Over here in the woods, there's some Britannic tribesmen trying to outflank me. Gonna take on some garrison warriors here in the woods.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Watch my Libyan infantry take them head on. They will probably do okay there. I don't really know what the stats are in these Britannic garrison units, but garrison units in this game tend to be, as you would expect, a little bit weaker than... There's some more cast champions coming after me. Let's pull my general up, give some more support. I'm gonna target some of those Britannic local slingers. Let's see if we can get our cavalry around the lines. Let's do a rally and inspire. Second win these guys. Rally into the breach. Throw a whole bunch of stuff on my guys just for the heck of it. Yeah, their guys here in the center are just breaking under the pressure of my heavy infantry. They do have a few local champions, which are going to be stronger units, and they're going to actually stand and fight a little bit here against my hoplites. You can see that these just armed townsfolk are not up to snuff. Fighting on the hill here kind of makes the views a little bit odd, so apologize for that. Yeah, the second wave of Britannic troops is just kind of falling apart against my line because they're all garrison troops, with the exception of these champions. We're putting up a pretty stalwart fight. Ooh, we got straight charged here. Hannibal got engaged by a spear unit that I didn't catch. Somehow it got through my line. Get away from there, Mr. Hannibal. I use my slingers to start peppering these Britannic tribesmen, and we can bring these two cavalry back down. Let's pull these infantry up. Yeah, so my slingers are hitting these guys now, which is good. I might be able to just give them a charge real quick and finish them off, especially if we use Warcry. Let's watch Hannibal charge into these Britannic tribesmen from the flank. Should get a pretty competent charge on him. Yep, we broke him. Let's get Hannibal away from that fight because my skirmishers are firing.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
It is not my slingers, fortunately, so let's hit those Britannic local slingers. Enemy infantry's getting wrapped up in the center, getting wrapped up on the flanks. Broke all the garrison warriors. There's only a few enemy units left, one of which is a local slinger there. I'm going to take my cavalry out after their ball of routing units here. My slingers were getting a few shots while they were all on their way running off. Just let the rest of my troops rest. I'm going to come chase that group and then pin these slingers on the other side. Go get those slingers. And then we might bring Hannibal in to chase some more of these Britannic tribesmen too. Yeah, all their slingers are now getting beat down. Some of their slingers might fight with spears if they have the right ones. I noticed some of the local slingers and British slingers were fighting with spears, but it'll be a solid solid victory for Hannibal's army there. 4,525 kills. So definitely not bad. Killing 2/3 of the Caledonians who faced me there. Their units seem very similar to the Iceni and the other tribes. I don't know how much differentiation there was in real life. I'm sure there was some. All those tribes probably had their own ways. Excuse me again, getting another drink there. To wait on this loadout screen is going to be one of the ones that takes a little longer, I guess. Hannibal is a level 10 general, I believe. So that's why he has all those awesome abilities. And the abilities can really add to the fighting strength of your men in this game. Ooh, they've got a reinforcing army that came up. The Delmatae are going to attack me here. I'm thinking about sallying out and hitting these guys just because I haven't gotten to see this army in action yet. Let's do it real quick. We may have a whole nother big army to take care of with Hannibal's troops. I kind of want to see some Massilian hoplites and some of these other units in action. I want to see the Delmatae troops also. They look pretty cool in the unit cards. So this army is Libby Phoenicians, Massilians, Gauls, Numidians, Libyans, more Gauls up here, and then some Carthaginian citizens. I'm sure they're in the bodyguard. So it was not uncommon for Carthaginian citizens to serve in a cavalry unit or as commanders, though it was extremely rare to find a whole military units of Carthaginian citizens. It did happen. I even believe the Sacred Band of Carthage, which existed before the Punic Wars, was Carthaginian citizenry, if I understood it right. Very well trained citizenry. But citizenry nonetheless. It was just uncommon because the Carthaginians hired mercenaries to do their fighting. That's just the way they took care of business. So, yep. Let's see. We've got a lot of garrison troops with us here in the field. So I think I'll just turn off formation attack with everybody. Get my main line set up. Let's go ahead and move these guys back over here, actually. I've got a huge infantry line because of all this. Let's just go ahead and set up the gigantic infantry line, it'll be fun. And then I've got a lot of skirmishers too, because I got all the local skirmishers who joined. So I've got like a giant peltas line, basically. We'll put them into play here, have some fun with them. This arm mob we'll just put back here. They can watch out for the general. Got some heavy horse on my left flank and a mix of heavy and light horse on the right flank. Got a huge army here because I get the army from the town. Ooh, you know what might be kind of fun? Well, no, it won't work because of the position. Never mind. I was going to say if we get the flaming balls. We do not. Okay, we don't get them anyway. Never mind. I was going to say if we get the flaming balls, that would be tons of fun to try and set them up. I'm going to go ahead and push forward. I'm going to put my missile infantry up front, let them do some skirmish work on the enemy army. There we go. That should work. I've got a lot of javelins, and I'd kind of like to see what the javelin storm looks like whenever I unload it. Let's check out these units up close. I'm going to hit play so we can get a look at them. What do we got here? Illyrian Thurios Swordsman. Pretty cool looking. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, I like those. Those are cool. It's getting kind of laggy. So many guys. Yeah, those are cool looking. I like the shields on those. They kind of look like the hoplite shields for... Those are cool looking units too, with that square shield and the spears. What are those guys? Illyrian Noble Spearmen? I like that. Boy, if it was lagging, it's about to lag more too, because there's about to be so many javelins thrown, it's not even funny.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
So here comes the hail of javelins onto the Illyrians. I'm gonna take those Veneti riders with my hoplites. My hoplites should screw them up pretty bad. Yeah, my Peltis line's just doing some skirmishing, and they have caused some pretty substantial damage to a lot of these units. I'm gonna charge the Thurios swordsman.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Charge the Illyrian heavy swords. My Celts are the one doing the charging there in the center. Let's see how they do in combat. Those javelins, man, they are just wreaking havoc on the enemy infantry, soften them up substantially for the main attack. So many javelins. Take guys off fire. Well, I'm kind of losing a few. Yeah, I lost my Gauls here in the center. They were not able to hold the line. So let's start peppering these swordsmen. We'll just start peppering them with javelins. Yeah, the Gauls look like they're pretty squishy infantry, because I'm losing all of them. Can probably whip around back here though. Finish this off. All my hoplites did fine, or are doing fine, one of the two. Yeah, we've hammered them with javelins here though. So what troops did break through the main line have just continued to eat javelins from all my skirmish units, Peltis type units. Yeah, the Calic unit's not very impressive there in this army. All of them breaking before combat was over. Yeah, my Peltist doing pretty well there. I've just kind of left all these units sitting up here on this flank because I didn't think I needed them, but now that I do, I guess we'll do something about it. Pull these cavalry loose out of that fight, hit those short swordsmen from both directions. These guys are about to get crunched. Cool looking unit, but its looks aren't going to save them from this. Getting a lot of lag on this one too. I guess there's probably too many units on the field, because I have a huge army. So ended up crushing them. These chosen spearmen are now surrounded. Bring all these guys back in, get those guys surrounded. All my skirmishers have been attacking these guys in the center. Pull my general. This is just an all mercenary army, so if we have to rebuild it, it really doesn't matter. Got some Illyrian hoplites that are fighting over here. Let's check out the main blob. Got the Illyrian hoplites and the other units now surrounded. Definitely cool looking units. I'm sure that the Illyrian hoplites are fairly decent, like they were in the standard game. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're lighter units. I don't know if they're intended to be that way. Let's bring in another cavalry charge down here. This looks like a lighter Libyan horseman there. Or no, that's one of my, is that a Gallic horseman? Oh no, that's my general. Ha, way to go. Okay, so all these units now surrounded. Rally here. I'm gonna turn around and charge those Thurios swordsmen, which think they were gonna be cheeky and get a rear charge, but then now they're just gonna get swamped and hit with a nice rocket-propelled downhill charge here. Not really rocket-propelled, but still gonna be pretty good. That was some Gallic horsemen that I had hit them in the back. Looks like the enemy general's starting to waver. The noble spearmen are putting on one heck of a show there, because they are just now only starting to rout, and there's some noble spearmen putting up a heck of a fight there too. These units over here finally routed. The Delmatae units put up a pretty good fight. Now, none of my units here were crazy awesome, but still, the Delmatae units put up a good fight. You can see the Massilian hoplites did good. I was not impressed at all with the performance of the Gauls. I think they're more of a shock unit, and I tried to use them as mainline infantry, and that did not work out. But hopefully y'all enjoyed that battle. That's going to be all the time that I have for tonight. Once we get loaded out of this, I'm going to go ahead and drop it. Whoa, look at that unit there. I think it was one of the noble swordsmen or something, got 229 kills. That one's the one that probably swatted my Gauls right in the center. That's pretty sweet performance for their unit there. Those javelins. They rained a lot of crap. Some of them got decent kills. 91 kills on one of those javelin men. Maybe what we should do, since we have to wait so long for the Apulian heavy infantry, yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring the crossbows up to that army, and we'll get rid of the javelins and put the crossbows in there, and then we'll just go get more crossbows with that same general, since we have plenty of time before we can recruit the Italian units that I want. Anyway, like I said, hope you all enjoyed this one. Heir of Carthage signing off for now. I will see you all soon.